Hello and welcome to MFAT Coaching. My name is Megan, Coach Megan, and I am here today on a Saturday morning to talk to you about the 10 things I wish I had known before I entered the planner community. So hopefully that interests you and you'll stick around. So the very first thing that I wish I knew about the planner community before I joined was just how amazing this community is. I have so much fun in this community. I have met some really amazing people, and that doesn't surprise me. It didn't surprise me at all. These are creative people who make stickers, who are super artistic, but they're still people. And so there's just going to be those things in the community where mistakes are made, and those mistakes lead to people being hurt, and words get shared, emotions boil over. And so I needed the reminder that the community is a group of people and people make mistakes. And so hopefully you can enter the planner community with that understanding that it is awesome and amazing, but it is still people-y, and that may lead to a little bit of pain along the way. But that's people being people, and for the most part, the community is forgiving and accepting, particularly of those who are willing to say, I made a mistake. I said something I shouldn't. I'm working on that. Please forgive me. And so that's, I think, the number one thing that I wish I had known ahead of time, is just to be given that reminder that it is a community, but it is an amazing community full of heart and creativity. I love it. And speaking of community, what I wish I understood was that particularly if you're trying to cultivate an Instagram feed and an Instagram community, but also on YouTube. So I started just by liking every post I could find by a planner, because I wanted Instagram to get the point. I wanted to be part of this planner community, and I wanted my feed to represent that. But what I learned is that both on YouTube and on Instagram, the thing that's better than liking is commenting. If you can comment in positive ways, so nothing negative, of course, but positive comments, both seem to help the algorithms understand what you are loving, but they also mean so much to the creator. Every comment that says and as specific as you can get, I loved your placement of this, I love the way you wrote that, anything like that, just, oh my gosh, every creator, it kind of seems to melt their heart, no matter how many. If you can write a really specific thing that someone did well on one of those planners that has over 10 million, wow, that'd be a lot, 10,000 followers, they'll probably still comment and say thank you, because that comment of being so specific just means the world. So that's one thing. If you want to be a part of the community and you're feeling new, comment on people's stuff. Say how much you love it. And if you feel like something's too personal, send them a direct message, and then give them time. Give them, good 72 hours to a week to respond, because depending on their settings, they may not have gotten to see that. It might get pushed to one of the general inbox. I don't quite understand that feature on Instagram, but it's there. And so they may not have even realized they needed to check it. So it may take a little while. for them to respond, but those comments really mean the world. So I love that. I wish I had known that ahead of time because I would have been commenting a lot sooner. Now I have a whole segment of things that I want to talk about that are about the planners themselves. So let's see. First of all, you may start with one planner, and that one planner will probably influence you to get a second planner and maybe a third. Or you might be like me and you may end up with 8. It took me time. Like, I started with just one. I started with a planner and a journal. My journal is a gratitude journal, but my gratitude journal is also just like my default, whatever notes I need to make about like book clubs and other things that I'm in. So that's my journal. And then I had a planner. And then that planner turned into 2 planners. And then 3 planners. And now there's a lot of planners. So like I got into memory planning. So that's a planner. I figured out that like I'm someone who needs to think about almost one thing at a time, one aspect of my life. So I'll think about my teaching. I'll think about my coaching. I'll think about, my podcast, and I put everything down in those categories like brain dumps. And then I need a planner where I look at all of that and I go, okay, that's a lot of stuff. What can I actually do in one day or 1 week? So just be aware that one planner might turn into 8, and then you might have a period of time where 8 planners turns into 1 and you only use 1. And all of that is okay. You are not wasting something just because you bought it and you're not using it. Now, if you don't use it forever, it's still not a waste. You just then have to decide, can you recycle it? Is it something you can give away? And can you repurpose? Because so many times, yes, you have a dated planner, but there's 1,001 stickers out there to help you redate something that's already dated. So try not to beat yourself up if you have like 8 planners and you're only using 1, or if you have 1 planner and it turns into 8. So if the system you have is helping you live the life you want to live, don't judge your system. Embrace your system. And if something is not working, give yourself some time to figure it out and just realize it's a process. So you might have a period of time where one thing works and then the next that's not working. And so you can go back to it, you can edit it and change it around. So yeah, just know one could turn into many and many can turn into one. You will have phases. So that's really my next one, is about you're going to have phases in your life. You're going to have phases where like your plans help you with the decorating, and sometimes the decorating help you with your plans, and sometimes you don't want form and you don't want function. You may always be a purely functional planner, and that's okay too. You are still embraced in the community if all you want to do is write down what you need to do and when you need to do it and where you need to be. That is valid. That is wonderful if that is working for you. And then if you're someone who is like, I don't have anything to even do, I just want to decorate and have a reason to decorate, awesome. That is still awesome. And you could be both of those people. You could have one planner that does one and one planner that does the other. There's so many variations and variabilities, and all of it makes you an awesome person who is welcome in this planner community. All right, let's continue to talk about the planners themselves. So you're going to hear a lot in the community about paper quality. I'm going to tell you, it's not something that, like, I worried about that in the beginning, and like almost like judged the planners I had purchased because maybe they weren't of the highest paper quality, or like I came in at the wrong time. There's a lot of discussion when I first got into the planner community about how like the paper quality on the Happy Planner used to be better than it is now. I don't know. What I do know about paper quality is that a lot of it depends on your medium. So if you are someone who wants to use paints or paint pens, let's just stick with paints. The paper is really going to matter. And Archer and Olive is probably going to be the like where you want to go because they are they're branded themselves for people who want to use paints and stuff in their planner. They even have these amazing acrylograph pens, but those pens can be used on like pretty crappy paper and they don't bleed. It's amazing. But neither here nor there. I'm not repping for Archer and Olive, though I do love them. But just know that the paper you're using is going to matter most in a couple of different ways. So if you are someone who like wants to put everything down and then maybe rearrange things, higher quality paper will help you remove stickers more easily. But there's also this amazing product called Undo that has a little chemically smell, so you may not like it, and it is a chemical, and I don't actually know that much about it, and you probably don't want to like be in a small tinted area and smelling it. Or if you do, just know you probably will feel either a little nauseous or high, I'm not really sure. But the paper quality matters most depending on what you're doing with it. And even when it comes to what you're doing with it, you might be able to find products that allow you to use literally any paper. So if that's something that interests you and you want to go down that that like rabbit trail, do it. But if you're not, just know that pretty much any paper will work. And some stickers have more stickiness than others. And yeah, so paper quality does matter, but it's not the end all be all of your planner. So that's just something I wish I had known or had known not to worry about ahead of time. But it is something to be aware of. So you can usually with most planners, you'll be able to look up and they can tell you like the weight of the paper. And some people like a really heavy paper and some people want it to be almost like that really thin paper that's like in Bibles. And yeah, so paper quality is there. It does matter, but it will not, there are so many ways around paper, around poor paper quality that I just have learned that I don't need to worry about it. But related to that, ghosting is a thing. So one of the things I did have to learn pretty quickly was that not all ink is the same, essentially. And so anytime you are wanting to, particularly decorative plan, but even if you just want to like highlight a title or something in your planner on your spread, I do encourage you to find like a different piece of that same paper and mark on it and just see if it's going to ghost. Ghost is when it shows up on the other side of the paper. There are just some inks that are more likely to ghost than others. For me, like I really love the Zig dot pens, but those ghost in even the highest quality paper. I don't know if they ghost in an Archer and Olive, so they may not do that, but and pretty much every other planner I've had, they've ghosted. But they're so much fun. I love the little zig dots and yeah. So just know ghosting is a thing. So try that out just so that when you go to flip the page and next week, you don't already see everything that's going on from the previous week. I didn't know it was a thing. I mean, I did, but I just didn't think about how it would affect my planning. I wish I had known ahead of time just how addicting this planner thing is. It's really easy for me to want all the tools, all the box making, all the cutters, all the stickers, literally all the stickers. But that's me. I just really, really, really love stickers. And so I want them all. And I just like, I knew from, Michael's and Joann's and Hobby Lobby, and those like bigger box stores, there were lots of sticker companies. And you can get these individual sheets and you can get sticker books. I got into the Happy Planner, much like many people in the planner community. But then I learned there are small shops, there are artists who draw their stickers, draw their art, make them into stickers, sell them, and they're like not usually even any more than $4 a sheet. Okay. Do you know how easily I can spend $100 on something that's only $4 a sheet, or $3, or $2, or $1? Oh, it's only $1, and then you have 100 of them. You're like, oh, I still spent $100. So addicting. And then related to that, the next thing I wish I really had paid attention to is how much space stickers take. Okay, and not just stickers and pens and planner cards in order to organize the stickers and the pens. Again, it's so easy for me to buy these things because it's just a couple dollars here and a couple dollars there. And like, why not? I'm already placing an Amazon order. I might as well order some new pens. They're only $20. Okay. Over time, this starts to take up the space on, like, my desk is covered. Okay, and now I can't even function because my desk is covered. Now I've had to organize it all, and I love organizing. I don't like cleaning. I do not want to dust. I do not want to use sprays, and I have reasons. I have exercise-induced asthma. All the sprays, all the dust gets into my lungs. It then hurts for a day in a way that it's very like the only thing I can explain it as is like when you've really taxed yourself working out, like you were running from a bear and you're like balled over on the ground because the bear is gone, but you got away, and you like that chest pain that you might feel. That's what exercise-induced asthma is, except for I get it after like cleaning. I get it after like a mile. Wah, wah. Anyway, so I don't like cleaning, but I love organizing. If everything has a place, and particularly if I can see that place, oh, it's like heaven for me. So I wish I had recognized just how addictive this was going to be and how much space it was really going to take up. I think it's probably good that I actually, like, my husband and I live in a 2-bedroom apartment. The second bedroom is his office. So I have like the living room and the dining room becomes Megan's office and space. And that's probably good because the more space I have, the more space I'm likely to fill. But yeah, so just be aware that while one sticker is small and takes up, like a piece of paper's worth of space, a lot of stickers take up a lot more space. That's all I can say. So just be aware. Last 2 things I wish I had known. And I've kind of alluded to this first one. Your style will change. So the way in which you plan now, it may last for a couple of years. It may last for a month. It may last for a spread. And then the next spread might be entirely different, an entirely different layout, an entirely different type of planning. It might be super functional one week and super decorative the next. You may just have an eclectic style, but no matter what, it's probably going to change over time, whether that time be short or long. So just be aware of that. For those of us who are very eclectic planners, that it makes it easier for me to want to collect all the things because I am definitely going to try that type of planning, and I'm going to use that in my planner, and I'm going to do that. I'm almost jealous of, like, if you've ever seen the Moxie Life, they, like, almost all of their beautiful reels have, like, this cute stencil that they provide, and they do very different looking spreads, but with the same tools most weeks. And maybe I need to try and do that for a week. Well, yeah, a week or a month, because it just seems so hard for me because I want to use all the different techniques and all the different stickers and all the different tools. Yeah, but even just in the last couple of years, my style has expanded and changed. There's some parts of my style that are somewhat standardized, and other parts that are totally different, totally weird, totally, who knows, just unknown. So just know that your style may change over time, and for that reason, it's a good thing to go light on anything that you do want. So buy a couple sticker books, not 40, because next year you may really be into small shops and you may not want a full sticker book anymore. Yeah, when it comes to sticker books, if you don't want 70 to 80% of that sticker book, I encourage you not to order it. You need to really want most of the sticker book. If you're down into the 50-40%, you might be able to find what that sticker book has in a small shop, that's less expensive and more like what you just want. So highly encourage that. But just know your planning style will change over time, even just as you learn what you like and what you don't like. And then last, but absolutely not least, like most importantly, the one thing that I wish I knew before I gotten started is this. There is no wrong way to plan. You didn't plan 1 week, that's okay. That's still good. You didn't plan 1 month, you didn't plan 1 year, that is still okay. That is not wrong. That is not less than, it is not. There is no moral judgment on whether or not you planned in a specific way or at a specific time. No. If you plan and it helps you, that is fabulous. That's the goal. That's the point. If you didn't need to plan, if you're not up for planning, if for whatever reason planning right now is just not fitting into your life, that is okay. Repeat after me. There is no wrong way to plan. Did you do it? Did you say it? Okay. All right, well, thank you so much for hanging out with me today. Those are the 10 things that I wish I had known before I had gotten started. I hope this helps you, and I'll be back on Friday with a more traditional video with my flip throughs of my planners for February. All right, have a great week. Bye.